Hi guys, and welcome to this week's ZAPMAG special, where we discuss all those issues that teens are normally too embarrassed to talk about openly or honestly. And with us again in the studio this week we have Professor John Young,
who is a practicing physician as well as an assistant professor of clinical medicine. John, thank you very much for coming to the studio tonight to discuss with us once again.
Good to be back.
John, last time on the program we finished off with masturbation. Now, tell us, what is masturbation?
You want to wade right in, don't you?
Yeah, why not? Let's get straight into the topic.
All right, and it is a big topic because as I'm talking in the school systems, every school I talk to, someone, male or female, comes up to me and asks about masturbation. First of all, let me say that both males and females masturbate.
Sure.
The other thing is, what is masturbation? It is the self-stimulation of your sexual organs, the vagina, the penis, to come to orgasm for pleasure. Now, it's very difficult to say whether it's right or wrong. You know, I'm going to tell you from a medical viewpoint. We aren't here to say what is right and what is wrong. You need to make up your decisions. Medically, you are not going to turn into a tree. You're not going to go blind. You're not going to drop dead. All right? If you're doing your own masturbation, you are not going to get a sexually transmitted disease.
Do you think it's necessary?
Well, let me say that nothing, in other words, if you don't do it, you aren't going to die. But this brings up the point of certain religions. You know, certain religions out there have problems with masturbation, others do not. And I think that people need to go to their rabbi or their minister, their priest, and discuss it with them.
Don't you think, a while ago you mentioned that you can't really say whether it's wrong or right. Don't you think that the reason why many people think it's wrong is because what society makes it seem? Because a lot of people think, masturbate me, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's the reason that everyone's so secretive about it.
Yes.
We talk about sex all the time in the movies, jokes, but you never hear anything about masturbation.
Well, it used to be years ago, we never talked about SEX. We did sex.
That word.
And I think as we're becoming more open, the music, the TVs, that, and I see it in the States, people are more open now about talking about masturbation.
So John, but maybe the actual act of masturbation isn't wrong, but what goes with it.
The emotional,
for example,
aspect.
fantasies, the sexual fantasies that you have about people.
And then you come into wet dreams also.
Yeah.
And wet dreams, you know, I think that we need to just touch on this quickly though, is wet dreams are a natural part of a guy growing up.
Involuntary.
Involuntary, you know, he'll wake up and think, gee whiz, what happened? You know, and this is the body. Well, this is the body's way of dealing with, you know, the production of sperm. You know, the male is now, you might say, reached so-called manhood in a way.
So, and then women, do they also have wet dreams, females?
Yes, some people have said, I am not that familiar with that.
Do you think it's an adequate substitute for sex, masturbation? Because you said in your definition it's for pleasure.
Right.
Do you think
The thing
it's an
is that
adequate substitution for
It's
orgasm?
only physical pleasure, that's the thing. And when we're talking about sexual intercourse, it's the whole idea of before, the after, foreplay, this whole idea of emotions being involved in it. So one must make the differentiation here.
You know, you made a great point. As I'm talking to high schoolers, especially the macho guys, you know, to them, sex is going to have that orgasm, and that's that. There is more to love than just sex. There's more to sex, you can say, than just having an orgasm.
So in other words, you're saying there's a big difference between making love and having sex.
Yes, there's the physical aspect, but what makes us unique as human beings, which God's made us unique, is this aspect that there's an emotional, a spiritual aspect.
But there are other ways of relieving your sexual urges. In South Africa, the common term that I know of is grabbing, which means everything before sex, the petting, the whole idea of petting, the different stages, the kissing, the fingering, the oral sex, all these things. That's
Very
all.
important.
All these things.
I know. As teenagers, we've got you know, our high school terms, and then Gil will agree with me, the bases.
Yeah,
You
the
know,
different
where
bases.
we've interpreted the actual sexual stages the stadia in, you know, in various terms. And obviously this is all foreplay towards
Right.
the
Peter,
sexual
why don't
act.
you just mention the five? Okay.
Well, most guys out there will know exactly what we're talking about.
First
Maybe
base
you do
is-
as well, John.
Please note
Okay,
that
let's go.
Well, all right. In the interest of time, let's just say this, that someone mentioned a law of diminishing returns, which I think comes in here. You know, when you're first dating, you know, you hold the girl's hand, and boy, you think that's the greatest thing in the world. You know, she held my hand. Then, you know, pretty soon you get tired of that. And then it's the arm around each other, and then it's you know, kissing and French kissing, and then touching certain parts of the body.
Second base.
But I think you have to realize that once you start so-called grabbing, that you may be on a very slippery slope